how much have you made in the past few months on Shop?
$70,000 or $80,000 in commission, which is pretty ridiculous because at my job I was making 15, 20 grand a year.
Your dream supercar, all from TikTok Shop. That's actually insane. Congratulations on that. All right, what is going on, everyone? I'm here with one of my students, Nate. Nate, how's it going?
Yo.
And so Nate was coming off a big month here. He started TikTok Shop actually pretty recently and has had some crazy months. He just actually bought his dream car that you can see right behind. So in this video, we're going to kind of break down his whole story, how he got started with TikTok Shop, how he got to where he is today, and kind of every piece in the process. Yeah, but getting straight into it, when did you actually start TikTok Shop?
I was trying to start TikTok Shop like late 2024, but just wasn't able to get an account because I was too poor to pay for an account. And growing accounts just took too long because the process wasn't as smooth back then. But I officially started in May of 2025. I think it was like May 15th was my first post or something like that. And just took it from there, bro.
Yeah. And what were you doing before TikTok Shop? Like, what's like your backstory?
Oh, so right before I started, I was in college working as a personal trainer at a gym, getting paid minimum wage. And then as soon as TikTok Shop started, going crazy for me, just quit my job, went full-time, dropped out of college, and now we're here.
So you said you were in school before you started Shop?
Yeah, so I did 4 years of college and no degree to my name, $30,000 of debt. Because I switched my major multiple times. I never wanted to go to college. I just did because my parents wanted me to go, and I had no idea what else to do. So I went to college, racked up a bunch of debt, switched my major multiple times, and then ended up dropping out, not getting the degree.
And you said that you were doing personal training and you were in college before. How much were you making before you started Shop, like on an average month?
So on a good month, I was making maybe $2,000 or $3,000 a month, but that was like very rare that I would even do that. Like typically I was making anywhere from $600 to $800 a paycheck bi-weekly. So like $1,200 to $1,600 a month, and like barely able to pay my bills, pay for food. And just like, it's rough, bro. But
And where were you living at?
I was living, for most of that time, I was in a 1-bedroom apartment, like 500 square feet. It was Section 8 housing, but I made just enough money that I didn't get any government assistance. I had to pay for all of it, and like barely able to pay rent, like eating bullshit all day, just getting by, trying to figure out what to do. And then, found out about TikTok Shop, just went all in and started making a bunch of money.
And when you started TikTok Shop, you weren't in the program right away, right? Correct?
No, so I was trying to do TikTok Shop mostly on my own for like the first month and just like not making really any money. So that's when I found you and Josh and hit you guys up to try to get some help and start actually making money, because I saw that it was possible. I just had no idea what I was doing. And like the first month that I was doing Shop, really the only money I made was from my mom buying stuff from my links. Shout out to Mom. She's the real OG. I think literally all the money I made that first month was just from my mom. I made like $100 because like she would buy like all the supplements that she uses and stuff from my links, and like just like a bunch of random stuff. So shout out Mom. But yeah, I barely made any money that first month that I was doing Shop on my own.
Yeah. And what made you actually decide, because a lot of people do Shop for a month, they don't make sales and they give up. Like, what made you decide, like, I need to reach out for more help? Like, there's maybe something I just don't know, and like, this is definitely possible. I just maybe have like a knowledge gap or something going on with that.
But yeah, like I saw people with like smaller followings starting to make money on Shop and realized that it was real. And like I was making some money, albeit from my mom, but realized that it was possible to actually make money on TikTok Shop. And I did not want to be working at that gym forever. I knew I wasn't going to graduate college because I was already planning on dropping out before I started TikTok Shop. So I just needed something to make money. And I just knew that TikTok Shop was the thing for me, and just went all in from there.
Yeah, and I mean, I know out there's a lot of like the obvious like course seller, grifter, scammer kind of like vibe and stuff like that. Like, were you a little hesitant to kind of join before, or kind of what was going on with that?
Yeah, I was a little bit, just because like, back like early, like 2016, 2017, when all the drop shipping stuff first started, I knew a ton of people that got scammed doing it. I never personally tried to get into it just because I was so broke and like didn't even have the mindset of like trying to make money online yet. But I just knew a bunch of people that got scammed buying courses from that. So like, it was kind of like, I don't know if I really want to pay somebody. Are they actually going to be able to help me that much? Maybe I can figure it out on my own. And then I saw like all of you guys' student success stories and like all these like random people that had no social media experience beforehand making crazy money. And I was like, all right, it might be worth it to give it a shot. If not, like, whatever, but it's better to try and fail than to just not try at all. So just, went for it.
Yeah, 100%. Like I always tell people, the worst feeling is regret, or the what if it could have happened. It's like if you never gave it a chance, you would have still been sitting in that that 1-bedroom apartment in your college asking like, what if I gave it a chance? And that's kind of the thing I always tell people. And like, so there obviously we're not the only people teaching TikTok Shop. There's a ton of people out there. What actually made you kind of want to decide to go with us compared to kind of some of these huge communities of like thousands of people in there?
Yeah, so like the main reason that I went with you guys instead of like one of those bigger communities, because I heard a lot of people that like were in them talking about how like they don't really get one-on-one help. It's more of like a networking group, and like they don't get as much attention as opposed to like a smaller community. And I really needed that one-on-one help because I had no idea what I was doing with TikTok Shop. I had some social media experience beforehand, but it was not translating into TikTok Shop at all. So I really just needed that help, like someone telling me exactly what to do, which like type of products to do, how to film my videos, how to edit them, and all that kind of stuff, and just like getting that one-on-one attention that I needed.
Yeah, that's like one thing we definitely pride ourselves in. Like there are communities out there with thousands of people, and I tell people go ahead and join those, but like you're not going to get any one-on-one help. It's not really possible with that amount. And like we like to keep it small, very selective on who we take, because we're giving you real one-on-one time, like on those one-on-one calls, group calls, or even you get a one-on-one chat, which like no one really offers as well. So I definitely think that when you look for a mentorship, having that one-on-one community is definitely a very, very important thing. Yeah, and after first joining the program, like what were your first impressions? Like what kind of surprised you the most, I guess, about it when you first like joined?
I mean, I guess like I was pretty surprised at like how like organized everything actually was, since you and Josh are so young. Like you're both younger than me. I'm 22. You're 21. Josh is 19. Like you guys are younger than me. But like, like everything was like super structured, like all this like group calls every single week. And like all like the different channels in the Discord, like everything was like set up very easily to like understand and like be able to like get that help, like reach out to you guys whenever I need. And, just like the structure of everything, it was very surprising that like, you guys are so like locked in and like know what you're talking about. Despite being so young.
And like obviously there are like people say go on YouTube, go watch everything on YouTube and figure it all out yourself. Like I'm sure you've probably tried that at some point. Like how did this program, I guess, compare to just like trying it on your own or just watching YouTube videos, like trying to figure it out?
Yeah, I mean, like when I first started, I mean, there wasn't even that much like free information on YouTube, like in general. So I mean, one of the things that I tried to do was asking ChatGPT how to make money on TikTok Shop, but that obviously did not work. So like, just like learning from somebody who actually is doing TikTok Shop and making money is always going to be better than trying to find the free information, trying to find the easy way out. Just like having some form of investment too is just going to make you more likely to actually put the work in than just like doing it for free, trying to learn from somebody on YouTube who doesn't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah. And how do you feel like having a real plan or having someone sit down with you and tell you this is exactly what you need to do every single day and this is what the outcome will be if you put in the work? Like how does that make a difference?
Oh, bro, it makes a huge difference, like, actually having a plan on what to do. Because, like, when I was doing it on my own, I was just posting, like, videos sporadically. I'd get home from the club at, like, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, oh, let me post a video for this stupid supplement that, nobody's going to buy. And it's just, like, terrible, terrible videos, bro. Like, I'll scroll back on my page sometimes and watch my first couple of videos. They were so bad. Yeah. Nobody's buying from any of that. And, like, I would just post, like, very sporadically here and there, not really having any sort of plan whatsoever. And then after joining and like you guys telling me like how many videos to post every single day, keeping me accountable, like just having that structure just made it so much more easy, and the money just started rolling in from there.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's the main issue that like everyone experiences, especially me when I started too. It's like people they'll spend 5 hours a day, they'll be posting videos, testing out these products, but they don't know, and they're putting their energy in the wrong place. And like I always say, like the hardest workers make the most money. That's not really true. It's like there's people that work way harder than me that make less than me, but it's because you gotta know where you're putting your time. If you're putting 8 hours of time into the wrong places, you're gonna make no money. And that's why most people quit on shop and any business that they start to. It's like having a plan, understanding if I put work into this and have the right products, have the right videos, it's going to ultimately lead to the best results for sure. And then other than kind of everything we talked about, like, is there anything else that you really think helped, like, or the inside the program actually helped you get results? Like, what was the other parts about it that you really liked?
Yeah, I mean, definitely like having you guys tell me like which products to do, especially when I was like first starting out, because I was just promoting a bunch of bullshit, to be honest, like just stuff I already had around the house. that, because I didn't want to like buy new products because I was so broke that I just couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
But then after you guys telling me like, like promote this product and then seeing other people making money with that product, I'm like, all right, this is a good investment. It's like $20. I can afford $20, I guess. And then, just having those products set in place for me and then keeping me accountable with actually posting videos for that product and then, going live for certain products too, just definitely helped out a lot.
Yeah. Accountability is huge. Like, you can put in the work, but if you have someone kind of on your back, like, yo, you post today, like, you go, like, I'll wake up every day, I'll be like, yo, did you get videos in today? I'm like, I didn't see you working. He's like, yeah, I got to get on it. It's like, definitely makes a difference for sure. But yeah, going into the fun part here. So how much have you made in the past few months on Shop?
I haven't run the calculation, so I don't know exactly, but probably since I started TikTok Shop, I think I've made like $70,000 or $80,000 in commission.
Wow.
Which is pretty ridiculous because at my job I was making 15-20 grand a year.
That is
so
insane. Yeah. And how long have you been doing Shop for again?
I started in May, so like 8 or 9 months. And that first month I was doing Shop on my own, and then had a few slow months because I just destroyed my PPS score because I was not knowing what I was doing. But then once GMV Max came into play, it saved my PPS score, started making sales again, and then like October, November, December, January, everything just started adding up.
Yeah. And I know you had a big breakout month during Q4. How much did you end up making in December?
So November was actually a little bigger than December. November I did 17K, and then December I did 15K.
Wow, that's insane. 15K and 17K in back-to-back months. How does that feel coming from someone who's making like 2K a month, like working full-time?
It genuinely did not feel real at all. I remember my first 1K day. I was just at the gym working out one night. It was after I'd already quit my job, so I was just at the gym at like 11 p.m. one night and just like checking my commissions for the day, and then it updated, it just said 1K, and it didn't feel real. I was like, this just like, that money's not gonna hit my account, bro. This like just isn't real. And then for the next like week and a half after that, I was consistently hitting 1K days. And over Thanksgiving, I was with my family, and my mom was kind of asking like, yo, like, how's TikTok Shop going? And then so I showed her my commission for the last 7 days, and it was like $8,000 in the last week. And she's like, what the fuck? Like, like just a few months ago, I was like, hey mom, can you help me out with my rent, please? And now I'm making over $1,000 a day. So it was just, insane making that much money. And then once it started settling, actually hitting my account, it like kicked in that I was actually making money. Yeah. And it's just pretty ridiculous.
And I mean, that first ever 1K day, like, how did that feel?
Before, like, because a few days before I was hitting like $700, $800, $900 days. So I was like, like 1,000's like not that much more. Like it's gonna feel the same. And then once I saw it update, like I just like, it felt like so like euphoric almost, like better than any drug I've ever like, experimented with in the past. Not that I do drugs, but like it felt surreal that I just made my bi-weekly salary in one day from posting stupid videos on my phone. And like it didn't feel real. It just felt so like non-existent almost. Yeah. But shit, it is real, bro.
And yeah, I mean, what's going on with this thing right behind us? You wanna talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So before I started TikTok Shop, I had it was an '05 Subaru Outback that my parents gave me. They gave my brother and I the car to share when he moved down to Florida to go to college with me. And then he bought a new car, so I just had that car that I didn't even pay for. It was free for me, essentially. And it just was breaking down. I started making money, and I was like, yeah, I need a new car. I should probably just get something chill. Everybody was telling me get like a Toyota Camry, Honda Civic. And then I was like, shit, bro, I'm making the car payment in a day. Like, might as well just, get the car. You're only gonna be 22 with a supercar once, so I just had to do it, bro.
Sure. And was that your dream car?
Yeah, bro. I've always loved Corvettes, and I never thought that I'd be able to get one, especially so young. And it still doesn't feel real. I've had the car for 5 days now, and like it still doesn't feel real that like this is my car. Like I own this car.
Your dream supercar, all from TikTok Shop. That's
Yeah.
actually insane. Congratulations on
Thank you,
that.
bro.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I mean, making like this amount of money, bro, after like what you came from, like how does that change like your day-to-day life? Like how does it like just kind of change the way you go about like every day?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's changed too much. I mean, obviously, I don't go to work anymore, so that's different. But other than that, like I still do the same stuff. Just go to the gym, hang out, and post videos during the day. I mean, since I started making money, I definitely don't like go out and drink as much as I used to. That was a big issue like a year ago, but moved on from that. Only drinking on special occasions. But I mean, other than that, like I'm just the same regular guy.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, at least for me, like, just having the ability to have like anything under like $300 that you buy, don't even think about, and like
Yeah.
that makes a big difference. Like, you bought like what is it, a huge brisket? How much was that? Like, a few $100s?
Yeah, no, it's actually cheap as fuck, bro. It's from Costco. It's like $100.
Yeah, but still, it's
But
just like
it's
going
like,
out.
Let's
Yeah,
just get a big ass
Getting
brisket,
food.
smoke it up, Wagyu brisket, bro.
yeah, going out. We just go get food every night, go to the gym, stuff, and just be able to kind of live life freely, not really think about what you're buying for sure. And I mean, the one thing that people say is that like TikTok Shop, oh, you got lucky, you hit a month, like it's not consistent. Like, how do you feel? Like, do you believe TikTok Shop can be consistent if you do it right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there definitely can be a luck component to it. I've seen people do crazy months and then fall off afterwards. But like, if you know what you're doing, you have the right systems in place. Like you can consistently make a lot of money on TikTok Shop, especially with GMV Max now. Like, it's so easy for anybody to make money on TikTok Shop. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to have a big following. You just have to know what products to pick, how to promote them correctly, and just pump out as many videos as you can, as many high quality videos as you can, and just keep going.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Same thing with systems. Like, if you're someone who's going into this just like throwing stuff at the board, not know it's working like everyone does in the beginning, yeah, it may be a little bit of luck involved. But if you have the right systems in place, you have the people, the guidance, the people holding you accountable every single day, and you have a good system. I mean, that's really the most important thing with Shop, and that's the difference between the people that are consistently making 5-6 figure months and the ones that are not. But yeah, I mean, you just came off 17K a month, 15K a month, maybe you said almost 80K this year. I mean, what are the next 6 months looking like for you? Like, what are you kind of hoping to get out of this next, like, by August, September of 2026? Or I think that's 6 months, I don't even know.
Yeah, definitely got to hit my first 20K month. That's, the first short-term goal, and then just keep going up from there, 30, 40, 50, maybe 100K month this year. Who knows? It might happen. So, but I mean, I just gotta put the work in. I know it's possible. It can be done. I just gotta actually put the work in and keep going. Never get complacent. Complacency kills people, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta keep grinding. You gotta pretend like you're still rich, or you're still poor. I mean, pretend like you're still poor. Keep grinding, and rent's due, bro.
Yeah. And how many hours are you working a day? Because a lot of people go, oh, you need to work 12 hours a day on Shop to even make it work. I mean, we have people in the program working full-time jobs that are still doing 5 figures a month. But like, how many hours right now are you putting in a day, roughly? Or like, what's your day-to-day look like with Shop?
Yeah, right now I'm probably only doing like 2 or 3 hours of work a day, and I can definitely get that up because, like I said, I'm unemployed. I don't do anything else besides TikTok Shop and go to the gym. But like, I'm making good money working a few hours a day. But like, you can make good money working like 2 to 3 hours a day after your job. That's what I was doing when I first started. I was working at one point 16 hours a day at my job, and then I would come home and I would hop on live stream after work at like 1 a.m. and stream for like 4 hours and then get back to work the next day. So it's definitely possible to, have a full-time job, make money on TikTok Shop, and then replace that income.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's what it takes in the beginning. When you have a job, you got to grind. You got to come home. You got to put in those extra hours. But it's like, that's what it takes. And eventually get to the point where everyone's goal of doing it full time. But I mean, I remember you would send in wins at 3 in the morning in the Discord. I'm like, how would you make $500 at 3 in the morning? I wasn't even awake.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I mean, that's what it takes. That's the difference between the people that make it and don't with Shop for sure.
Nights where I didn't even sleep, bro. I'd get home from my personal training job at like 11, come home, eat a little bit, rip an energy drink, hop on stream, and then 5 a.m. I had to get to my next job. So I'd go to my next job, work for like 4 or 5 hours, come home, take a nap, get back to the first job, and just repeat for like a week or two. And then I got fired from the second job. But it wasn't my fault. My boss just hated me for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But It happens.
You gotta walk back in there and show him the 17K
Yeah.
month.
Oh no. But one of my bosses from that job that they fired me, she's always viewing my TikTok page. I can like on my personal page, I can see who viewed it, and she's like always on there.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, well, shit.
And yeah, I mean, like I said, it doesn't appear that you're any different than anyone else. You're just a dude that locked in, got it done. And I mean, the biggest misconception is that TikTok Shop, you need all these different things, social media experience, all this different stuff to start. And like, what would you say to someone who like is believing that? Like, anyone do TikTok Shop?
Oh, absolutely, bro. Like I've seen people that like were even worse than me when they first started out, like horrible on camera, like stuttering, like awful video setup, like no like understanding of like camera angles and like quality and whatnot. And then, as they learn, they, get better at it and they start making a bunch of money on TikTok Shop. Like literally anybody can do it. You just have to have, the right help, the right, systems in place to be able to go from having no idea what you're doing to being able to make, 10, 15, 20K in a month.
Mm-hmm. Did you have a ton of social media experience before?
Not a ton. I had done like some TikTok stuff before. I tried to be a fitness influencer for a little bit, but never really gained a following because I just like wasn't very good at social media. Mm-hmm. And it didn't translate at all to TikTok Shop. Like my first couple of videos were like similar style to what I used to do, and they'd get like 10, 15 views, no sales. Mm-hmm. And then, learning how TikTok Shop works, like what videos do better on TikTok Shop, how to actually like film a good video, have good lighting, edit videos properly. Videos just started blowing up from there.
Yeah. And I mean, do you think anyone needs like certain talent, or like you have to be talented on camera or be creative or any of these different things? That's another thing I hear a lot. I'm just like wondering your opinion on that.
No, not at all. I mean, it definitely can help for some people. Like if you already have experience, you already have a leg up on other people. And like being good on camera isn't a bad thing to have. It's a great thing to have. But there's tons of people who do completely faceless TikTok Shop. Like they have no, camera presence whatsoever, and they make a shit ton of money without ever showing their face, without even having to talk on camera sometimes. So like literally anybody can do TikTok Shop. Doesn't matter who you are. You can make a ton of money on TikTok Shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you agree, but I would say, like, honestly, consistency and discipline is more important than anything else. Like, I've seen people that are not as, like, on camera presence or don't have the craziest camera presence, but they just work harder than other people, and they're the most consistent, and they end up making the most. I mean, would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, that's, with TikTok Shop, if you're putting in the work in the right areas, I mean, that's really the most important thing. You don't have to be talented. I've seen talented people that just don't put in enough work, and they post once a week. They make good money, but they're making less than the people that are just posting videos every single day. Yeah, and I mean, kind of looking back on everything you've been able to accomplish over the past like 7 or 8 months, would you say that like joining it and maybe the investment that you made, was that 100% worth it?
Oh, 1,000%, bro. I've made back the investment like 10, 20 fold, bro. Like I would do it all over again if I, had to go back in time and choose to do it again. 100% I would, bro. One of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I mean, before TikTok Shop, like I said, bro, I was poor as shit, no direction, no idea what I was doing, and now we're here.
Yeah. And I mean, would you say that like for TikTok Shop, like who would this not be for? Like who would TikTok Shop not be a good opportunity for, if you had to say?
I don't know, probably some lazy motherfucker who doesn't want to work. Like if you're not gonna put the work in, you're not gonna try on TikTok Shop. Just don't. You're wasting your time. Go get a 9 to 5. Go get your $12 an hour. Get your free meal at lunchtime. But if you're ready to put the work in and have months where you're not making a bunch of money when you first start, and then just keep grinding through those months, like it's gonna work out.
And what would be your best advice to someone who's like scared of getting scammed? Like, oh, these guys are definitely lying, or like this is not real. You can't make money on Shop. Like, what would be your best advice to them? Because I know when I first started, I had the same thought process kind of going into this.
Yeah, I mean, like there definitely are people out there that are scamming. So be wary. Do your own research. Don't just buy anything on a whim. But there's definitely people out there like you guys that are not scamming people and actually changing people's lives for the better. And it's out there. It's possible, bro. You gotta find the right people.
And kind of moving into the last part here, I mean, that Nate that a year ago was living in a 500 square foot apartment. He was making 1 to 2K a month, barely, almost in Section 8. I mean, what would you tell him? Like, what would you tell that Nate a year ago if you were in this position right now? Like, what would you tell him?
Bro, I would have told him to take that tax return check and go buy a TikTok shop account, because I almost did. I got that check back and I almost just like went and bought a shop account because I wanted to start TikTok shop, but it was either, start TikTok earlier or pay rent that month. So I was like, I don't know, bro. But I mean, I'm glad everything worked out the way that it did. But if I could, I might have started sooner. But everything happens the way it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, 100%. Everything happens for a reason, but the worst thing is inaction. Like, you can start today or you can wait till next week, but nothing's gonna change between today and next week if you don't start now. It's like, it isn't gonna be easy the first day, but it's like it will never get easier if you never try. That's kind of what I tell everyone. And what would you tell someone watching right now that doesn't know, like, if TikTok shop is a real thing? Like, they want to start, but they're like, I don't know if I should do it or not, or maybe they've already started, they're not seeing the results, they see all these people online. Like, what would you tell someone watching that video would be your best piece of advice to someone who hasn't got to the point that you're at now?
Definitely getting some sort of mentor with TikTok shop is one of the best decisions I ever made. Because like I said, I was making no money trying to do TikTok shop on my own. And like, it's not because TikTok shop isn't real and you're not going to make money from it. It's just because I had no idea what I was doing. And then, getting that help with TikTok shop and just starting to make more money is one of the best investments I ever made. So, finding someone to teach you how to do TikTok shop that already does TikTok shop, has been doing TikTok shop, is consistently making money, not just has 1 or 2 good months and then, drags that on for 2 years at a time.
Yeah, there are a lot of people, unfortunately, that do that. I'm not calling names out, but there are some people that. What?
I said we would never do that.
And I mean, like we talk about, the worst feeling is inaction. I think there's so many people, I'm sure you've seen too, that just wait. They wait for the perfect opportunity. Like, will there ever be a perfect opportunity to start TikTok shop?
Nah, bro. I mean, one of my favorite quotes, and I think I've told you this before. I don't know who said it, but I heard it one time on like a podcast. The best time to start, or no, that's not. It's like the best time to plant a tree was 2 years ago. The second best time is today. Like, yeah, maybe if you started before, you'd already be making money. You already be where you want to be at, but you didn't. You didn't start before. The only other time you can start is today. Mm-hmm. So waiting is just going to make it even harder. Every day that you wait, it's going to be harder to start. It's going to be harder to make money. So you just got to do it, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm sure. I mean, if I didn't start, I'd be back in Ohio. You'd be back in Florida, and we'd living with our parents or living in a 500 square foot apartment, just being like, we really wish we could have just gave us a chance. Like, what would have happened? But we're here. I mean, you moved to Texas with us. I mean, how does that feel?
Bro, it's crazy, man. Like, my bedroom in this house is the same size as my apartment that I was living in like a year ago, pretty much. It's ridiculous how far like TikTok shop's taken me in just such a short period of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree too. I moved all the way across the country. I mean, you basically did too. Living in a huge mansion, one of the biggest houses in the city. So it's definitely a crazy feeling for sure. Yeah, I mean, with this whole video that you guys watch, I really hope that you guys can see, like, Nate is a really cool guy. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, he's nothing special. Like, he's just a normal ass guy that just locked in. I mean, he found the right opportunity, because that's the most important thing. Finding the right opportunity, number one, understanding that, and then putting in the work every single day and being consistent enough to eventually get the results. Like, it didn't happen overnight. It took him a few months, but he hit back-to-back over 15K months, and that's because he put in all the work and did what he needed to do. But with that being said, I mean, with everything watching here, if you guys have already started TikTok shop, you're not seeing the results that you want, or seeing the results that like Nate or any of us have got to, or you haven't even started, you're wondering more information about what TikTok shop is, how you can get started, anything like that, the link in the description will be the free training explaining exactly what TikTok shop is, how you can get started with it, and basically all the ins and outs of that. And if you already had started, you watched the video, you're like, you know what, I'm interested, I want to learn more about Viralix, which is the same program Nate and all the other students on my channel have went through and got results. We have a guy that did over 50K 2 months ago, Devin. And if you guys are looking to get more information or want to possibly join, the link in the description will also be the application for Viralix. Like I said, we don't take a ton of people because it is a full one-on-one program. Like, you're getting one-on-one coaching calls, like one-on-one chats and everything like that. But if you are interested and you think you'd be a good fit to work with us, then the link in the description will be the application for that as well. But with that being said, thank you, Nate, for coming and watching this video. I hope this was a little bit motivational to some of you and show you guys what is possible. With that being said, we'll see everyone in the next video. Hope everyone has a good rest of their day.